I consider my current economic status to be working poor. You can't work hard enough to get out of this. It's not a thing that happens because you individually want it, because a lot of people want it, and a lot of people work really, really hard. In all honesty, a lot of people that I know, that I talk to on a regular basis, think that I am insane for how much that I work, and it still doesn't cut it at the end of the day. There's just not enough.
The COVID-19 pandemic, an uneasy job market, rising inflation, and stagnant wages have all contributed to an increasing feeling of economic instability for individuals and families across America. Michael Israel Mosley is a single father and advocate in Waterville, Maine. He's been hit hard by many of the economic headwinds in recent years. While Mosley has received federal and state assistance in recent years through stimulus checks, child tax credits, and soon student loan forgiveness, he is still working as much as he can to keep his head above water to continue providing for himself and his two sons.
As a consultant, right now I make a little over $1,900 a month, but my bills come out to about $1,850. I've had to make do however I can, and you can find like side gigs here and there. I've definitely been saved more than once by an unexpected $250 for being somewhere. Inflation has hammered my food bill. I've got 2 growing boys. I am an active adult male.
Well, I wanted to sit up here. Swear to God, if you asked me to put another thing in the fridge.
We go through a lot of food on a regular basis, and we try to eat healthy, but that's much harder now. I think that my food bill has gone up at least $60 over the course of the last year. I'm raising 2 kids who need my attention. I really want to be an attentive father. I want to be there for them and to do these things with them and to teach them things. White pepper, not the same as black pepper. But it breaks my heart some days that I have to tell them I can't right now. When it comes to my youngest, I've had to tell him recently, if I'm working and we can't hang out right now, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I'm doing the work that I need to do for us to be together and to stay together, and so that I can take care of you. I consider myself lucky because he understands that, but I know that he doesn't always get it, and that doesn't change how it makes you feel. In 2021, I qualified for the child tax credit, so we made about $600 a month through that. When it went away in the dead of winter, and in Maine we pay heating oil prices. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but heating oil got expensive. We got hit with the tax penalty because it didn't get extended, and we had taken that $600 a month. And I think the hardest part of all of that is that we relied on our tax returns every year to be able to catch up on bills. You're expecting to have some sort of fallback money, and we lost that because of the tax credit going away the way that it did. It really was like going 1 step forward and 2 steps back, but that 1 step forward really isn't guaranteed. Sometimes you get about halfway through that step and then you trip and you fall on your face. When it comes to childcare and having a truly universal childcare system, we could put so many people back to work in this state. People who have been wanting to work for years, and people who have been losing work for the last couple of years because we just don't have that system in place to take care of them or their children or their families or their communities. In a lot of ways, I'm incredibly lucky because I have friends and family that I can lean on when it comes to childcare. But in our state, minimum wage is about $22,000, right around what I make, and childcare costs you $11,000. In our state, we have a saying that everyone knows, and it's that you need childcare to get a job, but you need a job to get childcare. It's a vicious cycle that a lot of people don't escape in this state. I think one of the most disappointing things that I witnessed over the last 2 years is Build Back Better not going through, especially the child care money. The way that I looked at it is if you capped all of your expenses at 7% and you gave people the tax credit indefinitely, then that's free child care. That's a free $11,000 bill off of people's shoulders. The people who are doing that work deserve to be invested in. They deserve to make good money. They deserve to be valued because their work is important and we all rely on it. When it comes to student loan forgiveness, from what I've seen, based on income, I should be eligible for $20,000 of student loan forgiveness. I would qualify for $10,000 in student loan forgiveness through Pell Grants and $10,000 in student loan forgiveness through my federal student loans. That still leaves me about $10,000 or so in student loan debt that I'd have to pay off. And even under a payment plan, I'd still have to pay about $80 to $100 a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you only have about $70 of wiggle room every month, it's important. When it comes to helping people and to really care for the people of our state, universal basic income is probably the easiest way to go about it. We have such a massive tax on ourselves and the time that it takes to get these things and how you're treated when you go. You start to have to make really questionable decisions that no person should have to make. Do I go and I work more, but I lose $300 or $400 in food? Do I go and I work more or I lose health care? Those aren't decisions that people should have put on them at all. And to just cut out the extra nonsense that keeps people from being able to make that decision is probably one of the most empowering things we could do for our own people. We should already have those options, and people should already be able to make those options, because we have the largest rainy day fund that we have ever had in this state, and from where I sit, it's been raining for a while. What I hope that my children take away from the example that I set is twofold. I hope that they realize that they don't have to give up, or to settle, or to believe that they aren't good enough and can't make it work. But I also hope that in them seeing how hard I work for other people, even in spite of our own situation, and you can still help other people, no matter what your situation is.
Mosley is one of millions of Americans whose economic instability requires him to make tough choices every day. And while our nation's current economic situation is immensely complex and provides no easy solutions, we have the power to elect lawmakers at the state and federal level who can put forth policies that benefit working class folks the most. Visit vote.org for voter registration and polling information. Make your mark by ensuring your voice is heard. The time is now.